In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 scary facts about life after death. Before we begin, please like this video. Do subscribe and turn on the notification to our channel for future updates. Death is both intriguing and tragic. We often wonder what happens when we pass away, but do we ever actually take advantage of the knowledge we already possess? Your body is a temple, as they say, yet this temple acts in some very odd ways. Consuming oneself while using one's own digestive juices? No issue. Getting an erection while being hanged? It occurs. Number 10. Within 3 days of death, the enzymes that once digested your dinner begin to digest you. Larger food molecules are broken down into smaller ones by the stomach's enzymes and acids during the digestion process, so that the body may absorb them as nutrients. According to some sources, the inner wall cells of your intestines can emit up to 2 liters of HCl each day. The intestines regularly secrete a thick layer of mucus because the acid is caustic. These discharges stop after you pass away. Your digestive tissues begin to be eaten away by enzymes and acids when the mucus becomes reduced. Number 9. Burial of the deceased has been a custom for 300,000 years. The practice of burying the deceased is thought to have originated as a religious act in the Middle Paleolithic, and was part of the ideology of Paleolithic religions. However, the earliest discovered evidence of burial dates back up to 100,000 years and was discovered in the Skull Cave at Kafsa, Israel. The dead person's arms were frequently discovered to contain the skeleton remains, which were typically found buried with other objects like the lower jaw of a wild boar. Number 8. About 100 billion people have died in all of human history. The Population Reference Bureau believes that over 107 billion individuals have ever lived on this planet. However, as of 2017, there are currently 7.4 billion people in the world, and that number is rising. This implies that there are roughly 15 dead persons for every surviving person. In reality, somewhere between 8000 BC and 1 AD, the threshold for the number of dead people to equal the number of living people was crossed. Ironically, the birth rate significantly decreased in the 20th century from 40 births per 1,000 people per year to 23, despite the fact that the population in the past was lower than it is now. Number 7. Medical mistakes kill over 250,000 Americans each year. If they were a disease, they would be the third leading cause of death in the US. The second and third biggest causes of death in the United States, behind cancer and heart disease, respectively, are medical errors. Medical errors are thought to be responsible for 98,000 fatalities annually. There were 180,000 recorded Medicare patient deaths in 2010. A NASA toxicologist who lost a son to what he considers to be a medical error in 2013 estimates that between 210,000 and 440,000 people perished each year. Number 6. Hearing is the final sense to die in a person. As a person is dying, a number of things take place. Changes in respiratory patterns, hallucinations, irritability, and appetite loss are possible. As the blood flows away from the extremities, there will be changes in skin tone and temperature, bowel and bladder function, and muscular relaxation. Hearing is the final sense a dying person experiences before everything else stops working. Number 5. An erection can occur post-mortem in male corpses. Death erection, also known as angel desire or terminal erection, is typically observed in the corpses of males who were put to death, especially those who were hanged or who died violently. It is believed that the erection is brought on by the pressure that the noose places on the cerebellum when it is being hung. It is also observed in living men who have an erection in the absence of any mental or physical stimulus as a result of a spinal cord or cerebellar lesion. Violent deaths can result in the emission of urine, mucus, or prostatic fluid in addition to erection. Number 4. Most individuals who have had a near-death experience describe the existence of a bright white light and a tunnel that seems to lead to the afterlife. Kenneth Ring, a retired professor of psychology at the University of Connecticut, divided a near-death experience into 5 stages: tranquility, body separation, entering darkness, seeing the light, and entering the light. Ring claims that only 10% of patients reach the 5th stage, while 60% of patients experience the 1st stage. There have been numerous attempts to conduct research and offer NDE explanations. In 2010, scientists at the University of Maribor proposed the theory that an excess of CO2 in the blood affects the chemical balance of the brain and causes false perceptions. Number 3. QR codes have been popping up in cemeteries. These days, smart cemeteries are a reality. Similar to how GIS, Geographic Information Systems, makes historical and archaeological sites digitally accessible, QR, quick response, codes now offer a way to arrange and archive information so that others can use it. This feature is already being used in a number of cemeteries. Every gravestone in Uruguay's La Paz Jewish cemetery has a QR code that connects visitors to details about the individual graves. The Seattle-based querying subsidiary Living Headstones offers technology that connects a specific cemetery in one geographic area to a virtual public environment that can be accessed by visitors from a distance, giving them a shared experience. Number 2. The Lazarus sign is a reflex movement in brain-dead patients. Lazarus sign is an illustration of a reaction that is mediated by a reflex arc, a neurological route that travels through the spinal column rather than the brain. The movement can still occur in a patient who is brain-dead or suffering from brainstem failure. The response begins with a mild trembling of the arms or goosebumps. Next, the arms flex, elevate to the breastbone, and frequently bring themselves up to touch or cross over the chin or neck. The reflex is used to determine brain death and is named for the biblical character Lazarus of Bethany, who was revived by Jesus. Number 1. There is a Gypsy tribe in India that celebrates death as one of the happiest events in their lives while treating births with great grief. Rajasthan has 24 Satiya tribe homes. They live by prostitution and collecting dead livestock from the roads. The tribe celebrates funerals and cremations. They buy wine, chocolate, fruits, and clean clothes. The body is carried by dancers and drummers. After a funeral, they drink and dance till the body is ashes. Death liberates the soul from its corporeal prison, whereas birth imprisons the spirit and is a great punishment by God for sinful souls, they say. So, that's it for today's video. What are your thoughts on our video? Please let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification to our channel before you go. Thank you so much for watching.